one pushing for a lot of this stuff, but now Kevin Smith is defending. No, I'm in the middle of a live stream. I've been reading through this article. This is yet one more. People are saying, oh yeah, Kevin Smith says he's a huge... No, that's not the issue. I have my theories about the network, and that's what we're talking about right here. This is the guy, this is the guy that they're talking about, Ted Biselli, and if you guys don't know who that is, he is the guy, director of original series at Netflix, okay? He's one of the ones. Kevin Smith is in this Gizmodo article talking about how in the writer's room, you had 5 people in the writer's room trying to do all kinds of crazy stuff to make it more over the top and less, less safe. What kind of crazy stuff can they do as far as writers in Hollywood, right? I don't know if that's a good thing or not. And now Kevin Smith is the one saying that this guy at the network, Ted Biselli, is the one saying, oh no, we gotta reel it in. He's one of the biggest masters of the universe people ever. He's the one, though, if you guys saw my video on this recently, I think I did a video last week, where he's flat out said that they literally had the conversation with the ancestors of He-Man. Oh, people are going to get confused because there's too many old white dudes on screen. Now, if you were actually a fan, because this whole article, and we've gone through this, I just had to clip the rant part. If you wanna read the article, I'll clip the stream or something. I'll probably leave the stream up in the back as an unlisted thing. What I have a problem with, though, is if they had those sort of conversations, he would have come in and said, okay, well you're like his whole concern was people like the wokier than thous are going to be mad and upset. There's too many old white dudes. That's why they race swapped one of the characters. I guess, can you even call it a race swap if it's an alien species? They darkened up the character. We'll just say that because we don't know if you can consider it that because these are characters on other planets and all. But if this guy were actually, if they were so concerned with trying to make this for the fans of the original series, for the original Masters of the Universe people, if they were really that concerned, he would have said, hey, these SJW types are going to have this conversation. They're not going to be able to tell these characters apart. And it's not made for them. They don't get to dictate if we change these characters or not. They don't get to dictate if we swap out or wokeify or make it a whammony female whammon power version. They don't get to dictate it. It is not for the SJW demographic. This is supposed to be a show for the old-time He-Man fans who grew up on the original series and collected the original toys in the 1980s. I'm talking a million miles a minute because I'm super, like this is right here. We in the writer's room, all 5 of us, we're sitting around going, they're either going to love us or hate us by the end of 5 because it's a real page turner. They're talking about episode 5. Episode 5 seems to be where they jump the shark and are going to completely either piss off everybody in the fan base or they're going to win over all these new fans. It's either going to be some huge life-changing, like dramatic, they kill off a fan favorite, which we know they're going to do already. Or, they're going to use that to market to all the wokier than now and say, see, we subverted their expectations and they're just all a bunch of isophobes. But, here you go. We got very lucky, he says. I'll be honest with you. In as much as we had 2 execs on our project who love this shit more than most people in the world, the first is the director of the original series, not the original, director of original series at Netflix, Ted Biselli. Masters of the Universe is his religion. He's got every figure. He was the one that made all of this happen by having him and having VP content creative Rob David at Mattel Television, who's actually written for the Masters of the Universe comics for DC. We had 2 wonderful lodestars, which we could never derail. Ted's childhood enthusiasm allowed us to take those big swings. But I guarantee you, if there's ever a swing too large, he would have reined us in. He was kind of like the standard example of who we were making this show for. I mean, we were literally making the show for Ted, but as long as Ted was cool with it, we knew the fans would be cool with it because he wouldn't have let it not be Masters of the Universe. I don't know about that. I've seen how these execs think and feel in these writers' rooms and in Hollywood, for example, in general. if they're having, and they have that kind of language on their brain, if they're having these and making these decisions to swap out characters, to turn this into the goddamn Tila show where little Prince Adam is sitting there all sad and pathetic in the background of his own fucking show, where Tila, with the most stereotypical SJW haircut ever imaginable, it's just a lazy trope at this point. It's so predictable. I don't know if I trust that. I don't know if I trust, and especially with Kevin Smith, has gone on record numerous times saying he wasn't that much of a fan of the series. The media has been pumping him up like he's a huge mega fan. Like right here, they say, says Smith, a He-Man super fan. He's not. The other people in the room are. I don't like anything about this. I think we're being lied to. I think they're using us to market this thing. I think that they're using a lot of this stuff just to drum up controversy. And I don't know if I trust this Ted guy over at the network. Because let's face it, this is Netflix. This is Netflix, director of original series. What do they always do at Netflix? What's one thing that we can guarantee with any of these modern day Hollywood entertainment types? They get so in their little wokier than thou bubbles that's who they make these things for. They're making it for their woke peer groups. They're making it for the SJWs who are reading and screaming at them on Twitter. It's like they're more afraid of them than the people actually buying the fucking product, than the old school fans who are actually out there. You know, people like me. You can't really see it all back there, but I've got pretty much every freaking He-Man toy known to man that they've been coming out with, except like maybe Castle Grayskull and a few of them. But I mean, you can kind of see Skeletor up there. You can kind of see some of them back there. I've been collecting the damn things because that's what this reminds me of. This reminds me of something that I want to collect and enjoy from my childhood. But for crying out loud, when you got people who are so Hollywood that they might not understand that outside of Hollywood, there's people who don't actually give a crap about this. That's what I'm really, really concerned about. And I'm making a lot of assumptions about this Ted Biaselli guy just based on a couple of texts that we've seen and a couple of creative decisions to actually go in and change out some characters visually. I don't know if I believe this, but I had to rant about it real quick. And if you want to watch the spoiler of who they kill off, they got it there. So I'm going back to my live chat. Don't you guys go anywhere. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
Coming soon from Marvel Studios. What happens when Elaine Bennett from Seinfeld tells Florence Pugh to go kill Hawkeye? Well, you've got one wacky misunderstanding, and surely someone is gonna end up 6 feet under.
When you're fighting with the arm and the hair.
Don't miss Florence Pugh in Yelena, also starring in a supporting role in his own series, Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. Because, you know, he's an evil white dude. Coming soon from Marvel to Disney Plus, because we suck now. Hey, it couldn't last forever.